Welcome back to Homie House Season 2. I'm Gare, and we got my co-host.
Yep, I'm Rec. And we also have our special guest, PHISH, here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, we invited both of our bracket demon here to give us some advice. We're pleading for our lives and our stocks. Mm-hmm. No, but famously, I've never beaten PHISH. He's always fucking destroyed me.
I only had the wins at the IPFW phase.
Yeah, so. I was going to say, I think you probably have beat me at IPFW.
That's when you were 1990X, right?
Yes, exactly.
I remember that tag.
Man, what are you, Nardwar?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wait, special shout out. No one remembers Cubby's previous tag, Neat.
Oh, I remember that tag. Do you remember Jafar's previous tag?
Blitzkrieg.
Yeah, Blitzkrieg. Yeah.
Oh, God. I
Blitz,
back over these. Holy crap.
And then I remember Neat was a Homie House champion back when Homie House was a weekly back then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember Christian was talking about that.
Oh, yeah. He was all proud of himself.
I think on my end, I ended up actually making it to one of those.
Oh, yeah. I remember you coming through at least once.
Yeah.
Unlike our guest, PHISH. Now, PHISH here is the first person that we've had on the podcast that has never been to a Homie House. No. Correct?
Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry.
So, I have this idea where I'm going to write a personalized printed letter for both you and your brother. And I'm going to get on my knees and I'm going to be like, please, come to Homie House.
Yeah. It could work. I'll think about it. No, okay.
Alright, sweet. Sounds good.
Hey, I remember you saying something quite funny at Brad's about toast with Homie House.
Okay, so recently our weekly has gone through some, construction.
Yep.
So Brad has been hosting at his house, and I managed to be able to go there for one, and Toast was there as well. And he was playing Rodney, and I was just standing there, and he's like, "Can you believe I've never been to a Homie House?" And I was just like, "It's 'cause you're not a homie." Oh, man.
Ruthless.
Yeah, the whole room popped off.
Was it Drunk Bard?
What?
Was it Drunk Bard?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
Bard was drunk before I got there. So, with you being on the podcast the first time, we're very curious about your history with Melee.
Alright.
So, if you don't mind, a little bit of filler for viewers.
Yeah.
You have a brother named Toast who is also active in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who don't know, he has been state PR'd before.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't mind, that's your kickoff.
Right. Well, me and Toast were introduced to Smash during, it was before, I think, Smash 4 came out. And we used to play Brawl. And he was much better at it than I was. And then, because he played Ike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to have Ike Dittos, and yeah, he was the goat at that. I think, and then after that, he's watched the Smash doc. And it's kind of weird to think that he's like a doc kid.
Yeah.
Because he was literally like 10.
A literal doc kid.
Yeah, a literal kid. Yeah. And then, he used to force me to play Melee, like, after he got it, and I hated Melee. Because I would try to play, like, any other game with him, but he was just obsessed with Melee. Like, it got to the point where, like, he was getting, like, D's in school just because he was, like, playing Smash so much.
Doing the classic routine in high school of, like, and middle school.
Bare minimum.
Yeah, doing the absolute bare minimum. The classic Mango.
Sleep through your classes, stay up till 3 a.m. on Melee, wake up at 6 a.m., sleep through all your classes again, rinse, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But there's, like, I've had, like, multiple times where I tried to get into Melee just because it was a game that Chris really loved. Mm-hmm. But, like, I could not get into it just mainly because he would, like, fuck me up. Yeah. But then,
it wasn't until you started fucking us up that you started.
Yeah, I was like,
loving.
maybe I got something in this. And then what was it? Oh, and then I think I discovered I found Falcon, and I just thought he was so badass.
Yeah, he is. Yes.
Fast as fuck.
I disagree.
The Chad of Melee.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And then just started playing more. And this was during when during the time when we had a friend that used to come over like every day in the summer and play with us, and that was pretty awesome. But that was pretty much my start with Melee.
And I know you did you guys start at Xscape or IPFW?
Okay, funny thing, I'm glad you brought that up because we went to one Xscape.
Okay.
And we showed up and we're like, I don't know about this. It was giving off like weird vibes at the time for us because on the right side when you walk in, there's like a whole like line of computers.
Yep.
And then there was just like this kid who was just like screaming at like his dad. Playing Slagario.
Oh, I remember this day.
Yeah. And he kept, I forget, he kept saying like slurs. And it was like, this is not a good vibe. I don't like this. And then the dad was like, Carson, what did I tell you? It was so weird. And then we literally paid $1.
I could see it happening though.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. And then we were like, because we paid to be in bracket, and then we're like, we don't like this vibe, and so we just left.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So we could have gotten Xscape Toast if that kid wasn't there.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
So how did you do throughout IPFW when we were running that weekly?
I was okay. I was definitely one of the lower skilled players there at the time. The venue was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was neat. That was the first time really that I was like inside a college for a while, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was when we had by far the most amount of entries. Like, most amount of, like, people showing up, which is kind of crazy.
There were a few that were like, I remember some having like 50 to 100 people. I might be exaggerating. Vague memories, of course.
Yeah.
But some of them felt very big. I think the biggest we've had recently is either 27 or 28 when it comes to the weeklies.
Yeah, because specifically Melee, I remember we would consistently get like 15, like almost every week, 15 to like 20.
Yeah.
And then I forget what happened at IPFW. I forget why we got kicked out because
I think it was like still partly like I don't know, IPFW, and then maybe it made the full switch to PFW. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
It might have been. I remember something vague involving a janitor.
And it also they couldn't like use money anymore. Is what they were.
Oh yeah,
to say.
I forgot about that because they said that if we had a pot bonus, that was considered gambling.
Yeah,
Yep.
something like that.
That's the issue that the IWU weeklies have right now, where when they do their bonuses and stuff, it's instead just physical gifts because they're allowed to do that on campus. But if they do a bonus pot, they'll get kicked out.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so weird.
Yeah.
I can understand in the grand scheme of the college, but it
Yeah.
does make those weeklies a bit harder to run.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to any of the like bigger IPFW tournaments? I think they're like IP Throwdown.
I went to one Throwdown.
Okay.
And
Nice.
yeah, that was cool.
I like that. That was cool. I remember like Oh Really came out and lost to HPR.
Oh yeah, HPR and Tater Thought.
Yeah.
Oh, that's correct.
Oh yeah, because I think before bracket happened, he was like, I swear if I show up and lose to 2 Falcos, I'll kill myself. And then he just like, and that's exactly what happened. And,
Well, not exactly.
well, not the last part, but like, yeah, that was a fun event. I think that was the first like bigger event.
Yeah.
Too.
Same here. I like showed up. I was like, damn, there's so many people.
Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot because before the IPFW tournaments happened, we went to the one that was at the movie theater.
Oh, I remember hearing about those.
Yeah, I went to that one too.
Yeah, and that was torn down.
What? Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It was like the dollar movies for a while.
Yeah, because that used to be like a real like actual theater.
Yeah.
That would show like new movies, and then it got shut down because of multiple health violations.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, not a good thing. Not a good sign.
The Toaster Melee tournament there.
Yeah, that's where he made his debut.
I remember I went and I saw like KJH and Duck and stuff for the first time. I was like, what? And I was still playing like Smash 4, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
I don't know.
because at that tournament I entered for Smash 4, and I was so pissed because the first guy I played against, because in Smash 4 you play with 2 stocks.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And for some reason, the setup you were on had like 3 stocks on for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I took the first 2 stocks against this guy. And I was like, oh wait, it's on 3. And then we got the TO like after the game. And we're like, hey, I took the first 2 stocks, but it was on 3 stocks. So what do we do? And he was like, just play it out. Whoever won that game pretty much just wins. I was so pissed.
Damn.
Yeah.
It is kind of a ruthless call.
Yeah.
I've also got a story from that tournament. It was like my first ever like Smash 4 tournament. And
Yeah.
it wasn't the bar tournament, so it was like not playing with Lil Ray, you know. So
Yeah.
I didn't know like how brackets and stuff worked at all. And so we had a round robin pool, you know, we all went to these TVs. I played one guy and I lost and I was like, damn, I'm out. And I left.
Oh, no.
I just remember that. I was like, oh my God. And then the second movie theater tournament that I went to there, that's the one where I entered both Melee and Smash 4. I did terrible in Smash 4, so I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
And then I went to the other room and learned how to play Melee.
Yeah. What was crazy about that tournament was that when I showed up, it was like, oh my God, the Melee like side is like way cooler.
Yeah, it looked huge.
Yeah, it was huge, and there was way more setups.
And there was like 8 people in the Smash 4.
Yeah, and the smell in the Smash 4 venue was way worse.
Yeah.
Just to be real.
Hey.
Oh, Lord.
I'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Some people are just stinky.
Yes, and yeah, they like certain games more than others, I guess.
So, what would you say your favorite LAN tournament you've ever been to would be?
Obviously, Afterburner, right?
Oh yeah, obviously Afterburner. That's definitely up there. Another one, the full moon tournaments are pretty great.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How many have you been to?
I think 3, because I think the last one we went to was the one right before COVID, because they had to cancel
Oh, yeah.
the one in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sucked. But because me and Tess were gonna go to the one last winter, but we got kind of lazy and forgot to sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're awesome tournaments.
Yeah, I went to this one this year. It was great. It was my first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was just especially cool because I had not been to a tournament with like that many top players before.
That tournament was really stacked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the IU campus is super sweet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's just like a little mall hotel.
Yeah.
And then it's like a college too. It's all weird, you know?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But
it's like, am I in school? Am I at the mall? Am I...
best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So, out of curiosity, what truly ended up swaying you to Balkan?
That's a good question. He was just like the one I understood the most. Because I feel like Spaceys and... because I tried Sheik for a bit one time, and that didn't really work out. Because, I don't know, it just wasn't... like, Sheik was like kind of fun, but she wasn't like that appealing to play. Like, the more I played, I was just like, oh, this is kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, Sheik is kind of a boring character to play as. But,
yeah, I kind of felt that today.
yeah. Oh, I bet.
Rick tried to pull the Sheik out against my Ice Climbers.
I regret it.
Yeah, you forgot about the chain grab.
Yeah, it's ruthless.
Yeah, it is. It's like one of those matchups where it's like it's like one of those random losses, like mid-tier losses for some reason for Sheik.
Yeah.
And but Falcon, I thought his speed was cool. I thought his combos were super awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I just liked how stylish he was. And I felt like he was like the most fundamental sort of character, I guess.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
I also know you're pretty versatile overall. You have a lot of pocket characters. I know you have a really good Marth as well.
Yeah, well, really good is kind of pushing it a little bit. But I'd say it's pretty okay. I think I'd say like secondary rotations are definitely Falco, Sheik, and Marth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know why, but I was never like, I don't know, I'm not like super into Fox for some reason.
You don't like furries?
Yeah, that's like numero uno.
Yeah.
For why.
Yeah, that's why I can't get with it.
Yeah. it's too much baggage to carry.
Yeah. At least play the bird, you know, that's
the bird's
discreet.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, but hear me out. I can understand not liking Fox. You had to put up with playing Toast all the time, just like I did.
Yeah, that's so true. And what sucks about Fort Wayne specifically is that there's so many Foxes and Falcos. Because that was the one thing that sucked about the weeklies when I first showed up, was that like every single matchup was either a Falco, Fox, and then sometimes like
Samus.
Yeah, Samus. Or like an actual like fun character to play against. Because like it feels so different. Because Fox and Falco feel like, I have to play mix-ups all the time in terms of like comboing. Because it's just based off of tech chasing.
That definitely makes sense.
Yeah. But like against Marth, it's like, I can actually combo. I can air wobble now.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know all about that air wobble.
Yeah.
And I know all about the regular kind.
Yeah.
So do you have any favorite players? Are you like a big Falcon fan? Do you watch a lot of Melee?
The thing is that the Falcons haven't been out that much recently because none doesn't really play that much.
Wizzy's on the comeback.
Wizzy is on the comeback. His comeback against H-Box was crazy. That pivot grab. Because I saw the tweet that said the greatest pivot grab I've ever seen. I was like, what can be so great about this pivot grab? And I watched it and I was like, okay, never mind. I think that is the best pivot grab I've ever seen. Yeah. Because it was like perfect timing too. I think that had to have been the last frame that he could have grabbed H-Box before he woke up.
God dang.
But I think Zane's super cool. He makes Marth super sick.
He makes Marth look cool.
Yeah.
The only one to do it. The only one to do it.
Exactly. Mewtwo King's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
I liked PPMD's Marth a lot too.
Yeah.
That one was sick.
Yeah, PPMD's. Pew Pew U. His is pretty cool. But yeah, Zane is super sick. I like Moki a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's super sick. Mango. I think those are like my top 3 right now. Is Zane, Moki, Mango. Like if they're going far in a tournament, I'm super happy.
Hell yeah, watching the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. Like, oh shoot, it's
For me, when I see the fucking top 3, I'm like, I don't really want to watch anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I like what's his name? I'm blanking. The Sheik.
J-Mook?
Yeah, J-Mook.
Or Plup.
We don't talk about Plup.
We don't talk about
I love Plup, bro. He's so cool.
Yeah. I like his personality more than I do his
play style,
yeah.
I don't know, because then when I really watch it sometimes, I'm like, damn, this dude is crazy.
Yeah, I know. He's just like one of those super...
But he's so chill about it, you're like...
Right, yeah. He's just like a naturally like gifted player.
Yeah.
And then J-Mook is just like so like stylish.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
He made Sheik look cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is really hard to do.
Yeah, I would agree.
So what else do you like doing that's not melee?
Oh, good question. Well, I'm in a band.
Ooh,
currently.
what's it called?
It's called Sahara. Sahara. It's on Spot. We're on Spotify. We got a new single out.
Ooh.
Check it out.
Oh yeah.
What's the single called?
Those who don't know.
For those who don't know.
Yeah, for those who
Yes,
don't know.
Exactly.
Check it out.
Please check it out. Yeah, and then yeah, we're playing gigs currently. We played at Rock the Plaza recently.
Oh yeah, right by the
Okay.
library.
Yeah. No, that was super fun. And then
I've been to those before. It's a good time.
yeah, do you know the Fort Wayne Walker?
What do you mean? No, I don't think so.
Okay, he's just known for like walking around Fort Wayne.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the long hair.
Yeah. He's always in front at Rock the Plaza.
Oh really?
Yeah, he dances at every song, and it was awesome just seeing him in the flesh, just like 10 feet away from me. I was kind of starstruck.
You know, you grow up seeing them everywhere. You go drive around Fort Wayne,
Mm-hmm.
and bam, right there, front row.
Yeah.
He's always walking down Coliseum when I'm coming home from work.
Yeah, because I spotted him, or me and Chris did, like a couple weeks ago driving down, and we're like, oh my god, that's the Fort Wayne Walker. Right, he even, Chris shouted him out, like during the performance. He was like, shout outs to the Fort Wayne Walker for rocking on, and then we just move on. But yeah.
So what instrument do you play in the band?
I play piano,
Okay.
keyboards.
Oh, okay.
Do you play a synth or anything like that, or?
Yeah, depends on the song.
Okay.
Depends on the song.
That's cool.
But yeah. I've been trying to like be more versatile with different instruments. I was trying to learn saxophone, and I got pretty okay at that. And now I'm trying to learn a little bit of guitar, just so I could write more, I guess, rock-centered songs on it. And also, it's just like a really easy instrument to learn, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of guides, a lot of tools,
Right, exactly. But,
You got some friends, know how to play.
yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know how to play guitar?
Been playing for a very long time.
Oh, awesome.
Used to be in like a touring band, right? Something like that.
Wait, what's
I
up?
said you used to be in a touring band.
Yeah, for a bit. About
Oh.
3 years. A band called The Weight of Us. We were a hardcore band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, I've been playing myself for 16, I think going on 17 years. And
Oh.
bass for about a year longer than that.
Oh, that's so awesome. Do you like bass or guitar more?
Whenever I pick up a bass, I like it more, but guitar is way better for the melodic expression I want to have.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I feel like if I was born in a different lifetime, I'd probably be like a bass player. Because that's just like, I feel like I'm like holding down the house when I play bass,
I just love how it's so good as a percussive like complement.
Yeah, because that and like drums, like when they group together is like, oh, this is like...
Own genre,
Yeah, right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you can whip out some slap bass and palm mutes mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
Complement
Yeah,
it
make it
perfectly.
extra spicy. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, I also noticed you brought something tied to music today.
Oh yeah, I did. I was told to bring some albums if I wanted to, and so...
What do we got here?
Well, first I'll bring up this guy, Billy Joel, the GOAT pianist himself. 10 times the pianist that I am.
I doubt it, man.
Yeah.
Huge
I
piano.
know.
Huge pianist.
Yeah, he's got a huge piano at home. But yeah, this is probably in my top 5 favorite albums ever.
Awesome.
And
I'll have to check it out.
yeah, so sad it was snubbed on the Apple's Top 100. I made a whole tweet about it. I was so mad. But yeah, every song on it is a banger. He's a great songwriter. I feel like on this album, for some reason, he like went especially hard because the rest of his discography is like really good, but like this especially kicks ass,
Hell
like
yeah.
from front to back. So yeah, if you have not listened to this, 1000% should. And yeah, every song's a banger. This is a newer album. I saw this band live recently. They're called the Lemon Twigs, and and this album's called Everything Harmony. And they're like kind of like a throwback band a little bit, but like
they got the style.
Yeah, they got the style of throwback, and they definitely got the hair for the throwback look. But yeah, but I don't know, because even saying that they're like a throwback band is kind of like not doing their music justice, because most throwback bands kind of suck.
Yeah, or they're like cover bands.
Yeah. like do you guys like Grant Van Fleet?
I've heard of, I've seen their stuff and I'm like, well, that's cool, but I don't think I've ever like took time to listen to a whole album or anything.
Yeah, because like I think they're fine, but like my problem with them is that I feel like they're not
clone.
Yeah. But like I feel like this band, they definitely wear their influence on their sleeves, but like the songs themselves are like so good that like I don't really care how derivative the sound is at all.
That's valid.
Yeah, and they're so awesome live, because one of the members of the band, I think this guy, he was like trained in classical guitar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's like such a an incredible player, and because during the encore set, like after they played like their main set, he came out and played some acoustic stuff.
Ooh.
And it was like listening to like the studio like album, like him playing it live. He was like that good. It was kind of surreal.
God dang.
Yeah, it was crazy. But this album is awesome. And they had an album recently that was also really good, but I especially like this album a lot.
Actually, I did have another question for you tied to music.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a show you went to where there was a band on the list that you very obviously did not like, did not care for, but they put on a great live show?
Yes.
Yeah. Who's yours?
I saw this band called Set It Off. They were the dude was fucking like climbing on shit and jumping off of shit. And he was like rapping the fucking thing around the microphone, and then he fucking like busted his face open and was bleeding. But like they were like kind of pop punky, like All Time Low sounding type band. And I was just like, alright, this is pretty cool, I guess. They were like first or second on the bill, you know, like I was like, alright.
Yeah, so a band that I was not expecting to be that good, but ended up being good, or
yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Recently there was a band that like blew me away that we played with. They're from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Okay.
And they had like a fiddle player.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so insane, and there's like 6 members in the band.
What genre?
It's like
folk.
Yeah, folk country sort of sound, which is like a genre I don't particularly care for too much. But like they were like so goddamn good. It was insane.
Yeah.
Probably the best band I think so far we've played with, just because of the fact like the musicianship was so crazy, and like the fact that they have like such a great fiddle player too.
I can't imagine seeing that live too.
Yeah.
That had to have been insane.
Yeah, like each song I was like, oh, this is great. Like each time I was like, oh, this is awesome too. And they were super sweet afterwards. They were such nice musicians. So yeah, shout outs to Ani Mari.
Ani Mari.
Ani Mari, check him out.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually I have a story for you guys too.
Yeah.
Very first like decent show I ever played. I think at this point I was like middle of high school.
Yeah.
It was at Sunset Hall.
Oh yeah.
And if I remember right, it was a band called These Hearts.
Oh
These
my
Hearts.
god.
You know who they are?
I love These Hearts. Their second album is like one of my favorite albums of all time.
You're gonna hate what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. No,
But
their first album sucks ass. But go on.
That first album was what they were writing on. They were the nicest guys to me. And we were the people opening for them. We were just young high schoolers doing our thing, couldn't actually really play our set, but we were still vibing.
Yeah.
And they kept talking us up and all that kind of stuff. And I was expecting them to be awful. And I knew that first album was awful. So they get up on stage, arguably top 3 best shows I've ever seen.
Yeah, bro, they're really good.
What's the band called?
These Hearts.
These Hearts.
So I was gonna go see them back in like 2013 or something, and because they'd just put out an album, but they ended up canceling the tour because one of their guitarists ended up developing brain cancer, and so they all just quit. So,
Actually,
yeah.
On that note, the vocalist I still have on Facebook.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. I love that band. I got that album right there. Not the first one.
No, not the first one.
Not the first one.
Not the first
But the second one is like easy core, like A Day to Remember type shit.
Yeah.
Chunk No Cam Chunk.
Are they on Spotify?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That first album though, it was like
It's like metalcore girlies.
yeah, it was like
Vocal.
metalcore, think Sleeping with Sirens, but another like 2 octaves past what the guy's actual singing voice is.
Yeah.
And when they performed it live, it was not like the recording. Like almost at all. It was entirely for marketing purposes in my opinion, but yeah.
But the second album is way better.
Yeah, way better.
Why is that?
Because it's more fun and he doesn't try to do that kind of vocals.
Okay. Yeah. Vocals just kill the first album.
Yeah, definitely. That literally, probably, if you took the vocals out, it would be listenable.
Probably. Maybe. I don't know.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah.
Oh man. Woo.
How are we doing?
Oh, I did want to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have a lot of people in our Fort Wayne scene, and you've been around for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure, like 7 years? 7-8 years?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
Damn,
Throughout all these years, who's been your favorite Fort Wayne player?
Oh, that's a good question.
Toast doesn't count, but I don't think you're going to say Toast either.
You also can't say Grubby because I hate him.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'll just sing about those two and not shout them out at all. Really suck. But let me think. Robbie's pretty awesome, even though he's my bracket demon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's ruthless.
Yeah, he's ruthless. I just love that he just shows up, is just chill, and then just beats everyone, and then leaves. That's what I love. Let me think. Matt, when he used to show up, he was awesome.
Matt's always at homie house.
He's always at homie house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know why he doesn't go to the weeklies?
He works.
He works till like 7 something. Right?
I think that's on Fridays he works till 7. I think the weekdays is like till almost midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So
the thing is that he's so good, but like
Yeah.
I feel like if you talk to him,
You wouldn't think that.
yeah. But like because like sometimes he says stuff about Melee, and I'm like, wait, what? Like there was one time
he's on the dumb shit.
He taught me.
Yeah.
He taught me how to shine out of shield or no wave dash out of shine and with Falco last time I was here. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. But one time, I think this is like a Voorhees and Matt story, but I think they were playing one time and Matt had his characters back to Voorhees. I forget what the situation was, but I think, Voorhees had his back towards Matt, and Matt was going to approach, and then Voorhees just like punished it, and then Matt was like, I didn't think you would see me. I was like,
That sounds just like him.
yeah. But yeah, Matt's awesome. I feel like I'm blanking on a couple, but those are some notable players I like.
Robbie with another W.
Yeah, I know.
I think Robbie might be everyone's favorite in the whole scene.
I know.
Yeah.
This is actually Robbie's scene.
I would agree.
Property of the Plup Club.
Oh god, I remember that.
Looking. So who is, we're talking about favorites.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about the GOAT. Who's the GOAT?
Who's the GOAT?
Mango, Armada, or Hungry Box?
I think it's Mango.
Mango?
100% Mango.
Okay.
Okay, because like here's the thing.
He's still going.
He's still going.
winning.
He got the longevity. That's the thing about Mango.
I was expecting him not to win it all again this year, and I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he messed up Zane.
Armada's the best,
Yeah.
Now I'm like, all right, fuck, I have to give it to him right now.
Yeah. Well, because, like, Mango, how long has he been in the scene? Since, like, since the game has come out.
2005 or something.
Yeah, 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still fucking up top players. Has probably like 5 of like 10 of the greatest melee sets of all time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like the one against Zane at Summit.
Yeah.
Like that. Like I don't think you could not have written like a better storyline for Mango than that.
And that was like the comeback from COVID too.
Yeah,
everyone
exactly.
was like,
yeah. And what makes that especially funny is that I don't think Zane has won a Summit.
and he never will.
He never will.
No.
Yeah.
Got him.
Actually, I think there's like an Egg Dog Summit coming up or something like that.
Egg Dog?
Yeah, they did like a whole voting process, but not really like tippity top players tried to like campaign for it. But I'm pretty sure the tippity top players are already auto invited. Because they tweeted out, they were like, last year before the Zayn and Cody #1 fight, they're like, if Cody wins, there's going to be another summit. And so now they're doing it sometime this year. I think I'm not sure the date though.
Yeah. That's good to know though.
Yeah. Things you wouldn't know unless you just follow Smash Twitter.
Yeah.
It's like you have to have Twitter to know what's going on in the Smash world.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
stupid.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if
No
this...
wonder I don't know about anything.
Yeah. That's what I have to tell you.
I don't know if this is just me, but I felt like near the end of Summit, like voting was like a lot less hype.
Yeah, because people figured out that you could just buy all the VIP passes and you got a crazy amount of votes.
Yeah, because I remember New England kept like putting in whatever top player they wanted.
Yeah, it's Dark Gen X.
Dark Gen X.
Yeah, he was buying them all out and then selling them to people.
The one where I was like, okay, I don't care about this one was Crush, because Crush is
something like that.
Is awesome. He's definitely one of my favorite players ever.
Yeah.
Even though he hasn't been around for a bit.
Was he the guy who just like did amazing and then randomly vanished?
Yeah. And he showed up to one tournament under like a Simba?
Yeah. Tag, and he was wearing glasses and a hood.
Yeah, and he beat everybody.
And he won, and then he left.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 or 3 years later, like...
Yeah.
Wow. And he hasn't done it since.
Yeah.
He has this clip against Diz Kid Boogie, who was an ice climber, famous wobbler back in the day. And he was destroying them on FD, and ice climbers kind of take a while to spin back on stage, and the whole time he was just taunting every single time.
Yeah.
And then he would just kick them back off stage with like a tilt, and then he would just keep doing it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was
I remember
Genesis.
that. Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that shit. I remember being so mad watching it live, but now
you like this Kid Boogie?
If I'm gonna like any like true wobblers, Nintendo had like the best like skill.
Yeah.
And like the best setups and shit like that.
The thing is that like this Kid Boogie looks like the nicest person ever, and you would not expect him to be. Well, I guess you could say that about any ice climbers, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's our stereotype.
Yeah.
You're nice and you'll wobble me anyways.
Yeah. You got a dark side to you.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted. But no, my favorite ice climber player and player in general is just Chudat.
Yeah.
Just because the fucking when he fucking beats people, that's so BM.
The sad part is that my favorite Yaz ever was when he beat Leffen, but it didn't even matter.
Yeah, bro, I was having a watch party and everything that day, and I was popping off. I was like, yes! Fuck Leffen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I would get on Twitter, tweet some shit, and then I see IMO should be replayed. And they replayed it.
Yeah.
And Chu said that he didn't want to and didn't really agree to it, but they just.
Oh yeah, Matt.Zed was like, "Oh, you have to replay it."
Yeah.
Because
that was the first major tournament ever with UCF.
Yeah.
And it wasn't turned on.
Yeah, and
so Leffen lost the last real match of Vanilla Melee to Chudat.
As expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how it should be.
Hey, on that note, I just want to clarify one point when it comes to controllers and all this fancy tech. I don't have a fob anymore.
You don't?
Aren't you getting one real soon?
I just wanted to make note that on the end of the UCF comment, Mr. Cheater Controller has a fob now.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Exactly.
You know? But also, I don't practice at all. You know?
Yeah.
I haven't really been playing much. You know?
I've never had a fob before.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the difference between a fob and just like a regular good melee controller?
So think about your regular controller like a normal like analog device, and the fob more like a digital device, if that makes sense.
Okay.
The benefit would be it registers your inputs faster.
Yeah.
To a mild margin. But the big factor to consider is when you have controller issues, like let's say your stick's starting to get a little off kilter in how it's reading certain directions.
Mm-hmm.
That fob, you can literally program that out of the controller if need be.
What?
So it's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
I
don't know how to do none of that. You know?
Yeah.
Now, the other benefit to it too is when it comes to button remapping, it's something you can do with the fob in its entirety too.
Oh wait, so you can? Is that illegal in like a tournament?
Yeah. So Z jump and stuff like that. That's where that comes from.
Oh.
You can do that. When I ran a fob, what I did was each trigger has a variety of different modes they can be in.
Yeah.
And the mode I would run would be, I think it was mode 4 on my right trigger. That would completely eliminate my light shield. And then I think it was mode 2 on my left trigger, which would always give me max light shield when I would light shield at all.
Hell yeah.
Regardless of pressure or anything. It'd always auto go to the right value.
Huh. Yeah, because I know Toast's controller, he has, on one of the triggers, it's just like a button and not like, like an actual, like, trigger.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so just so that it's like easier to power shield, pretty much.
Interesting.
I can never get used to it because I practice on it a little bit, but I don't know. Because I don't know, I have a weird thing with triggers where I do oddly specific things depending on the trigger, and so I'd have to like rework.
On that end, do you do trigger tricking at all?
Trigger tricking.
So on your regular OEM, when you go to plug it into your Wii,
Oh.
if you hold down like the analog input on it, just right before the digital press, you can eliminate your light shield on that trigger.
I didn't even know that was a thing. So
yeah. So like in my end, I'm kind of the same book as you, where I have triggers relegated to specific things.
Yeah.
Up until I started doing the fob modification into me trigger tricking, I where's it going with that? I guess my point is
trigger tricking is busted. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, I kind of forgot there. That's spaced hard. But I would say you would benefit a lot from using it.
Yeah. What would be good for like Falcon?
I remember where I was going with that. So my L button was everything I would use.
Yeah.
Wave dash shadow shield. Like L cancels, anything tied to movement, anything was L button. That R button was not touched on my controllers. Once I learned about trigger tricking as well as that mode 4 on fobs, I just relegated power shielding exclusively to the R trigger. But it's super beneficial. You'll never have those issues where you accidentally light shield when you go to power shield.
Yeah.
And then if you play a character like Martha Samus, it gives you even more benefit with the crouch power shield.
Yeah.
Also, just takes away snapback and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty much why I got it, because all my OEMs, they're like fine, but like all of them have like one specific problem. Like I'll miss like my dash forwards on this one and blah blah blah. Now that I got a fob, I haven't had like any problems at all, and I can actually like think about what I'm doing instead of like accidentally fuck shit up. It's really nice.
Maybe I should consider.
Who came to Afterburner? What was his name? Do you remember?
Cardosi Customs.
Cardosi Customs.
Also at The Works, South End Fight Club, and we'll be at We Need Some Space 4.
Oh yeah.
So, they also sell fobs.
Oh.
I think they're like 80 to like 150. And then you can get like higher end ones from them, but they'll literally put the board together in front of you.
Huh. That's cool.
All right, we're back. We're going to be talking and shouting out some tournaments coming up here. Now, this is being recorded in the very last week of July-ish.
Yep.
So, everything that we're going to be talking about is going to be more like fall. We got FortCon coming up, or Fortland now,
Yeah.
October 20th.
My birthday.
Woo!
Gotta come out to it.
Rec will be turning 30, so you know you gotta be there.
I want to be old. I'm not gonna be around for much longer.
Yeah, I can't believe how old you'll be. It's crazy. And then after that, we also have Afterburner
Yep.
returning in January.
11th and 12th.
Oh, yeah. So be sure to sign up early to Afterburner because they're flying out a lot of top players, I heard. And they are... I
The
forgot what I was gonna
mindset
say.
from Landon is more so he's trying to eventually turn it into a major if possible.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, what I was going to say is the sooner you sign up, the cheaper it's going to be.
yep.
So you definitely want to make sure you hop on that because you know you're going anyways.
Yep.
You know you're going anyways.
And hey, I hope last year's Afterburner or actually this year's Afterburner was a good example of how they are. So hopefully this next one's gonna be awesome too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the venue was awesome.
Oh, yeah. There was like planes and cars.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna be at the same venue as far as I know.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
And then, what else do we have coming?
Huh.
That same week as FortCon, Homie House Halloween,
Wow.
October 26th. I'm opening it up to 20, so more people can come enjoy Homie House.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of Halloween stuff, so it's going to be a good time. Can't wait to see everyone there. I'm going to have some sort of incentive to make everybody try to wear a costume of some sort.
Costumes are needed.
Some sort of costume contest. Maybe like a costume only bracket and a prize for that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Bracket for costumes. So we would have a judge.
Yeah. Definitely. We would all vote.
I think it's great.
Or we could have like 3 judges like American Idol.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then you mentioned venue fee.
Yeah, so we're gonna be... I'm gonna put a lot of effort into this one. I'm gonna be decorating, getting some stuff, getting lots of food for everybody. So we're gonna be adding a venue fee to this homie house. I'm not sure how much yet. We'll find out. We'll figure it out. Details will probably... When this video comes out, it'll probably come out the next day.
Yep.
So be on the lookout because you know those spots are limited.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be signing up literally the moment you post it. So,
As always, bring cash, make it easy, be a homie.
Yeah.
All right. So, you got anything else going on this year? I know you're going back to school, right?
Yeah, going back to Ball State.
Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
They got any sort of Smash down there?
Mainly Ultimate.
Okay.
I heard that at the Ultimate Weeklies there, someone brings a Melee setup.
Ooh.
So, I don't know. Maybe I should check it out.
Yeah, give it a go.
Give it a go.
Destroy all of them.
Try to. I don't know.
You could be number 1 in Muncie.
That would be a pretty fun title.
Yeah.
Number 1 Melee player in Muncie.
You and Bueno going at it.
Yeah, but the second best in my house.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So do you live down there? Do you just drive or?
No, yeah, I live down there. I try to visit back here like every other weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But this year I'm getting an apartment and it's going to be like a 10-minute walk to campus.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
My wife lived down campus there too for a year.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting place.
Yeah. No, because like the campus is like super nice in like the village area, like south of it is super nice. But like once you get to like real part of Muncie, it's pretty weird. It's not
It's
so
crowded.
Yeah.
The traffic was always horrible, but that was almost 10 years ago now for me.
Yeah.
So.
At least it's not indie traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd she go for down there?
So she went down there for a doctorate program, and she ended up getting her EDS, which is right before the doctorate.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to get out of school and get married and have kids.
Yeah.
But she loves what she does. She loves what she does. She do. But she's a school psychologist. She helps children get accommodations in school and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my sister went for special ed.
Yeah. She deals with those teachers as well.
Does she help with like the IEPs and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. She's like she's like the main person that like interacts with the kid. She'll like go into the classroom, watch the kid, and like write the reports and everything like that. Do the testing and yeah.
Mm.
Cool. She's busy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say it's been pretty nice so far. Going back just for one more year. It's kind of sad.
What are you majoring in?
Media production.
Well, okay, yeah.
So that's pretty much like it could land to like freelance work, like commercials, television, or like, you know, being a camera op.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Oh, it definitely help you on the music end to a degree too.
Oh yeah, true, very true. Like with like music videos, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and like general industry stuff.
Yeah, and just understanding that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there is definitely like a business side that everyone needs to know about, like the industry, because it is pretty cutthroat.
Yep.
You know. But no, it's been pretty fun so far. I've been able to do some production classes and been able to make some short films as well. And yeah, some of them are on YouTube.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, if you want to check them out, it's under my name. It's Matt Hicks, and I know that if you look up, one of the shorts I have is called Ducks and Drakes, and I know it's the first thing that comes up, so it has a pretty good search result. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'll definitely check it out.
And then there's the combo video, right next to it.
Yeah. Well, I have that on a separate channel.
Okay.
Yeah. This one's more business oriented, more portfolio.
I don't know. I think
True.
you could put that in a portfolio. They'd be like,
Dude,
man, you
have a
mean
badass
Falcon?
Falcon. Dude, let's hire this guy.
Number one in Ball State.
Hey,
or
Well-
number one in Muncie.
if I were the hiring manager, you would be secured a job.
Well, hopefully you can hire me at some point. But yeah, yeah, I'm excited to go back. I think it's gonna be cool. Yeah.
So, on a different note,
Mhm.
I have a subject for you.
Okay.
Do you prefer superheroes or anime?
Like,
Think like
Are you a Marvel guy or are you a weeb?
okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about anime. The anime I like is not very anime at all.
Yeah.
So like, Death Note.
Yeah.
I love Death Note. Although I've argued with some people in the Smash community over Death Note before. Death Note. I like Brotherhood.
Oh, okay.
Brotherhood's super cool. I think that was the first anime I've seen. And that was... Start off strong. What else? Oh, I saw one recently called Monster. And that was...
that is literally my favorite.
That's so awesome.
Did people recommend it to you through Death Note?
No, what happened was that a friend of mine, he saw a video essay about an anime that had a notoriously bad dub,
Mm-hmm.
and he was scrolling through Netflix, and he saw, like when you scroll through shows, it has like the image from like one of the scenes in the show pop up.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a really bad JPEG image of it, and so he was like, "Oh, this is the show." He started watching it, and he was like, "Whoa, Matt, you need to watch this show. This is like one of the greatest things I've ever seen." And I watched it, and I was like, "Yeah, this is incredible." And we found out that the show he thought it was called Ghost Stories.
Oh yeah.
Ghost Story, yeah. And then I found a compilation of Ghost Stories dub, and I was like, "This is incredible."
But if I remember the correct plot for that, the voice actors are literally just memeing the entire time, and they just happen to get the rights to that series.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the plot. They're just memeing on each other the whole
Yeah, they're
fucking
just
time.
pretty much just riffing.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't like a very popular show in Japan, and so that's why they were like, "Oh, you could just do whatever you want with it."
Fantastic meme content.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but yeah, Monster is so incredible. It's like because it's like Death Note in the same way where it's like very Western.
Yep.
Where it's like if you don't really care for anime, you could probably really like it. But
true.
Yeah. But yeah, Monster is awesome.
Yeah, reason why I brought up the comparison to Death Note, that's actually how I found that as a series.
Oh, yeah?
A lot of people equate it to Death Note, but not in the sense of the supernatural themes, but in the sense of the really dark atmosphere around all the events that are happening.
Yeah, and like each like scene in Monster is like, oh, like something's going down right now.
Yep.
It's like so incredible. Because like you watch like the first 4 episodes and you're like, oh, this is incredible, and then it gets to like the next episode and you're like, oh wait, it's just getting started.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And then there's like 70 left.
Well, episode 12 was like the end of the prologue.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic up to that point. Also, if you didn't notice, we're both weebs.
So, like, ever since my daughter's been born, shout out Heidi, born this year. All I've pretty much been able to do is watch stuff. So I've been trying to get into anime and stuff more.
Yeah.
I used to like the old stuff on like Adult Swim and stuff, but that's mainly about it. So I watched like all of Hunter x Hunter. Didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
And then I watched Vinland Saga. That shit was good as fuck.
Farming Simulator arc.
It was pretty good. I would change a little bit, but not much.
Yeah.
And then, what's the last one I watched? Oh, yeah, I watched that one with the giant robots, Neon Genesis.
Oh, Evangelion?
Yeah.
I need to rewatch that one. Yeah.
All I need to mention right now is Cubby's figurine, and that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, my God.
Does Cubby have a jar, too?
Oh my god! Yeah, that's what everybody brings up about that show. But man, that shit fucked my head up for like a day or two after ever watching it.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really bullying Christian today.
Please don't tell me what the figurine is. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know either.
Yeah, you're good. Don't worry.
I swear I watched one more, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, with Evangelion, did you finish it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the movies as well?
I watched one of the movies.
How did you feel about it?
Crazy. It was insane.
Yeah, what do you think about it?
Just there's so many like mixed feelings because there's like so many weird things that happen, and then like I don't know.
So I really liked it. The part I'll keep it kind of spoiler free. I really like how many different interpretations come out of the ending.
Yeah.
I also like, I guess the supernatural elements tied to it as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an aspect of the movie I like a lot. Because the show's ending I thought was interesting, but didn't hit that much emotionally for me.
Yeah.
But I felt like the movie, like where it picked up, where the show started like getting very philosophical.
Yep.
I was like, this is exactly where it was going.
And after I watched that movie, there was me, hours and hours deep into video documentaries on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just about it, yeah.
I feel like I needed some explanation after watching it for sure. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Mm-hmm. I feel like my thing about most anime is that if there's only a certain level of fan service I can tolerate.
Yeah.
Like I would say like my limit was probably Steins Gate. If you guys have seen that one.
I couldn't get through it.
Really?
Yeah.
What episode did you stop at?
I wasn't super into it. It would have been like 3 or 4.
Okay, here's the thing about Steins Gate.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of most anime. You know how like the first half of an anime is like goated and then it just kind of like peters off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Steins Gate is the opposite, where it's like kind of boring in the first half, and then like halfway through, that's when like the show actually starts getting interesting, and like the stuff that happens before is like, oh wait, this makes more sense now. But
no, the overarching idea I have of it is supposed to become a very good like psychological anime.
Yeah.
The thing I've gotten from people vaguely referencing it to me is almost like a psychological horror element, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah, the later half, or the latter half feels it's also like super sci-fi, too, obviously because time travel show.
Yeah, once time travels in a show, I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, hear me out. Do you have an anime that you would recommend to Gare?
yeah.
Add to the watch list.
Let me think. Have you seen? You've seen Brotherhood, right?
Like Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah.
So, I am reading the manga and I'm like almost done with it, but I've been almost done with it for like over a year. I just like stopped for a minute and I never picked it back up.
Yeah.
But I basically know the gist. You know, it's been out a long time.
Okay.
But I do like Full Metal Alchemist,
Yeah. Okay, I know Avatar isn't an anime, but it's something you can watch with your kid.
Oh my god.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Hey, I've watched that and Korra all the way through numerous times with Ayla.
What do you think of Korra?
Korra? I saw a lot of negative discourse about it. I genuinely thought it was good, but I also didn't read any of the source material that a lot of people were upset about going into it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like comics.
Yeah.
I think if you are just watching the series from Avatar: The Last Airbender through Korra, it accomplishes what it needs to completely fine.
Yeah, because my thing about it is that it's definitely a lot more dark, which I don't really mind that much, but I feel like the characters kind of just feel like similar archetypes to like the original dynamics of like the original characters.
Yeah.
But not nearly as good in my opinion. Because like the second season, like the villain in the second season, I felt like was so bad in my opinion.
See, that third season I think made up for everything. I think they should have just stopped it right there though.
Yeah. Because I used to watch Korra when it was like first airing.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch season 4 because they stopped airing it on Nickelodeon and they were going like full like Nickelodeon.com for some reason, and you had to pay for each episode, and I was like, I'm not doing this.
Forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Have you actually seen those?
No, like
they're genuinely like really good.
I think I watched like the first like 5 episodes or something, but
they have a Netflix what's it called? Live action version of the first one. It's very mid.
Yeah, it's
but
because my thing is that why make a remake of Avatar when the original show is on the same streaming service and you could just watch that?
True.
In my opinion, I don't know.
Did you watch the Netflix Death Note?
Oh yeah. It's so, oh my god, that's like probably one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen.
The Yu Yu Hakusho one actually wasn't too bad. You know, a lot of it's cut out, obviously, but it was kind of interesting, actually.
The One Piece one actually ended up being very good.
Yeah, I heard that one was successful as well. So
Yep.
It's hit or miss, always, you know.
Yeah.
True.
I think a lot of these are made by the same studio as well, which is kind of interesting. But I know the ones who did One Piece also did Death Note, if I remember right.
While we're talking about anime, you like Pokemon at all?
I never got into Pokemon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Toast was into Pokemon for a bit, but that was something I never got super into.
I was going to ask everybody's favorite generation. But...
Yeah. No, because my mom didn't allow... I think it was everyone up until Chris. She didn't allow anyone to watch it because she thought it looked annoying.
She didn't want to watch it with him.
Yeah. But, yeah. I guess to answer your question a bit ago, I like anime more than I do superhero movies.
Yeah. Full circle.
Full circle, yeah. Yeah.
And also, Gen 5 is my favorite.
Gen 5? Okay. That's a really fun game, both of them.
It was a very pleasant, soft reboot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also the first one to actually have, like, fully animated sprites. and that made it that much more enjoyable for me.
My favorite gen's probably Gen 2 because Heart Gold Soul Silver is so good. But a lot of my favorite Pokemon are from Gen 4, so it's hard for me to choose.
Yeah. Because I was going to say is that I was always wanting to get into the games because I love those type of RPG games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this.
They're really fun.
Yeah. Because they were only on portable consoles up until the Switch, and I heard that the Switch Pokemon games aren't very good.
One of them's really good. The other two are mid as fuck.
Yeah.
If there was a game I'd recommend you starting on, it would be Legends Arceus. It's
that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's I've not actually.
You'll
been able
be
to play it very
disappointed
much,
with all the other ones if you play that one first.
but it is top tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my experience with RPGs are like the ones from the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Chrono Trigger, if you play that one.
Oh hell yeah!
Chrono Trigger's so badass. I love that game. One of the best soundtracks of all time, too.
That's how I feel about Metroid Prime 2.
Yeah, Metroid Prime, yeah. Super Nintendo is kind of stacked in terms of games. Especially.
Yeah.
Earthbound.
And Super Metroid.
Super Metroid, yeah.
Ooh. Literally Melee Samus.
Yeah. Why play Melee when you just play Super Nintendo? Super Metroid.
Why play Samus when you can be Samus?
I'm almost there.
Almost.
My Discord.
Yeah.
You're wearing orange.
Oh, you got me there. Repping my Odyssey jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Shout out Odyssey.
Oh yeah, here, let me show it to the camera.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it. It's my tag.
Odyssey Esports saving Fort Wayne Smash.
Yeah, pretty much.
We were in freaking double laser fucking
Oh yeah.
in the corner of an arcade or whatever.
Oh yeah. I think we talked. Did we talk about that in the first episode of season 1?
Probably.
Where we it was like, I think you'd show up on occasion. There's like 2 other people that would show up on occasion, like Eden. I think you and Toast sometimes.
Yeah.
There was a lot of those weeklies at Double Laser that it was just like me, Robbie, and Rodney, and that was it.
Yeah.
Kind of like how it is now. Unless I'm like, hey guys, go to the weekly, and then suddenly there's always like 10, 12 people when I go. I don't know.
You didn't bring the party.
I know. I was like, come on guys, you better go.
Well, my excuse is that I'm at college, so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, if you don't mind me asking,
I wouldn't mind.
if you... Oh, damn.
Alright, never mind.
Now, I kind of have a spin on something for you.
Okay.
Who are your top... Or who do you consider the top 5 Fort Wayne players right now?
Okay, so...
Me.
Yeah, everyone on this couch, plus Robbie... and Lil Ray.
Lil Ray. Yep, shout out Lil Ray.
Oh, yeah.
Lil Ray, yeah. But yeah, I would definitely say top 2 is definitely Rod Toast.
Yeah.
Then Voorhees. And then Bard and Robbie. I think that's an easy top 5.
What about Grayson?
Grayson? If Grayson showed up more. If Matt showed up... Okay, I'm thinking like people who show up to the weekly.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Because I haven't played against Matt or Grayson in a bit, so I don't know.
Grayson still got it, bro.
Yeah, I saw Robbie beat Grayson at the Works.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Good stuff from Robbie.
Shout out Robbie once again.
Yeah. If we haven't done it enough.
We don't need a Robbie episode because we talk about him so much.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's doing the entire podcast.
What people don't understand is I've seen runs on Robbie.
Oh, yeah.
Robbie and Robbie.
If Robbie doesn't show up, I'm going home.
Yeah, Rodney's the other thing. Do you have a classic Rodney story from back in the day?
There's some... I remember when, I forget what this, Ronnie had a pizza that he left Cronin to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I found out that the story wasn't even true, but Rodney told us this, but me and Toast this, and we just believed that it was true.
Getting you to be on Cronin.
Yeah, and Cronin let Sexy Joe eat like this pizza.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh wait, that's another player I need to shout out.
Sexy Joe.
Sexy Joe's awesome,
yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Because were you there when he showed up to the weekly a few weeks ago?
I didn't see him there. I saw him at the works though.
Yeah.
I came for a little bit.
Yeah, because he was at the tournament, the weekly right before that, and Toast was outside for some reason, and he ran in. He was like, "Guys, you're not gonna believe who just showed up," and I was trying to think of who would make Toast this excited to show up, and I was like, maybe a Sexy Joe.
It's all right. No.
And then Sexy Joe walked in, and he was like, showed up in time for Ammies. And then Toast was just pogging in the background. It was quite a sight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy Joe said at the works that he wants to make me a new anime opening.
Oh yeah.
I miss those.
He said that he's going to make one for the podcast, and then he's going to do an episode.
Oh, that's sick.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
He would be such a good guest.
We could have that as the start of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss those. I have one that he removed from YouTube on my Google Drive for some reason. I have no idea why. But it's just
You
on
wanted
there.
it that bad.
I did.
Forever.
It was just so special. I had to save it.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be deleted.
You know,
I think the first one's still on YouTube, which is the most iconic one.
I have one more reference to bring up to you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the butt crack?
The butt crack? Oh, it's so iconic.
the best Samus player I ever met.
Oh yeah, can we say his name? No. Alright, but yeah.
In the premium episode on the Patreon, we will tell you all about the butt crack.
Yeah, who this guy is. What's his motive? What he wants to do.
Why does everyone in Fort Wayne know about this butt crack?
Yeah, this specific player.
It was in the intro. That's why.
Yeah. But he was also just known for just like letting it out.
Letting it fly. Yeah.
It's like I remember one where I was walking into the venue from having like my 48th cigarette at the weekly, as I do, and I look over and I see a big butt crack, and then I look to my left and someone's screaming, "There's children in here." And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm
That's
really
so
cigarette.
awesome. The IPFW weeklies were so wild.
Yeah, they were.
They were so crazy. I remember, you remember Duff?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I love Duff.
Yeah, he was so awesome. He, I remember he beat Toast one time, and he was like, "Toast, you're doing good things in this world, but not as good as me."
Why did everyone bully Toast back in the day?
Well, it's because Toast was an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, because like,
Yeah.
Toast showed up, he was like 14, a 14-year-old kid who was beating everybody.
Mm-hmm.
People were like, this kid's cracked, and he started bullying other people, telling them to get cancer and die. True Toast fashion, and they were like, wait, he's mean. Because I think Christian was the one who was like, we need to bully this kid.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, I guess it kind of worked, but like they still bully him.
And then Christian left.
Yeah.
Now he's too good.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. I forgot the Duff story was that it's not even a story. It's just like a random instance. I remember he was like, "Oh, I'll be back," and like he left the venue and he came back with like a pickle like a half hour later. I was like, "How do you get this random ass pickle?" Oh, and he posed. I remember he posed in front of the butt crack one time.
Yep. That was a
just like that Magic the Gathering meme.
That was one of the Facebook group chat pictures at one point.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed in the group chat for a little bit.
I abandoned it after a while.
Yeah.
I kept getting shat on because I blow up the chat as I do.
Yeah.
I'm kind of notorious for that.
Blowing it up and then they'll
Keep that shit alive.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
You're single-handedly keeping the scene alive, and they're shitting on you.
Hear me out. Well, this is back in IPFW days. I was being a shitter back then.
Yeah.
But I have this habit. So I was one of those chronically online kids from like the age of like 9 onward, right?
Yeah.
And so, I was on the internet doing frivolous things at the age of 13 and whatnot, going into chat boxes, going on to obscure forums and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I'd spend all my time on these chat boxes, and I'm used to these like really short form like sentence structures. Yeah. And so because they'd be so short form and you'd only have a certain allotted amount of characters, you'd send a lot of messages to be able to...
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So there are moments where I'll be typing in the Facebook group chat now, and I'm like, oh shit, I just sent 10 messages.
I know what you mean. Because you just get so excited.
Yeah.
I do that too because I've played RuneScape my whole life. So, like, I'll type out a sentence, enter. Type out a sentence, enter. You know, like...
Yeah.
If I messed up something, I'm like, oh, delete the entire sentence and type it back out. Just because I've been on RuneScape my entire life.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm usually the type of texter that's like writes like an entire paragraph if I have like a lot to say. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like very analytical. I'm like, I need to make sure that the sentence works. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I also like when I type, I'm like, how did I forget to type this word out in like the sentence? And I'm having like missing letters, missing words for some reason.
I feel that's the flow of consciousness.
Yeah, I know. You just get too excited and then you just let it word vomit.
Did you hear about Big House?
Oh, it's not happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened with that?
So I guess just the guy, it's an expensive thing to run. He doesn't have the same job anymore and, some other life factors. And he's teaching volleyball or something full-time now.
Yeah.
So that's the gist of it from what I read.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I know we were talking on the podcast earlier in the year about going Big House later,
Yeah.
So if you could go to any major, which one would you choose?
Oh. Probably Genesis.
Hell yeah.
Genesis or
SmashCon's coming up in like a week or two, I think.
Yeah. Or like if Summit was still a thing, I would 100% love to go to Summit. Because that's like the dream. Like, oh, Toast can go, he can get a +1, and I can go.
Yeah.
I get to get shit on by top players. That sounds awesome.
Blue got to go, Toast could go, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. And I get to eat Papa John's pizza.
The good old days.
Yeah, exactly.
Genesis is a good answer though. That's California, be a good time.
Mm-hmm. Right. And if Big House is happening, it would definitely be Big House too. I don't know. Exactly. Peace.
For eternity.
Yeah.
I get it though.
But that's why everybody's got to go to Riptide, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Ohio is here to hold it down.
Mm-hmm.
Even I might have gone to Riptide.
Oh, snap. Let me know if you do.
Danny from South Bend's trying to convince me.
You should. I'll be there. My whole family will be there.
It sounds like
we'll be celebrating my son's 3rd birthday.
Oh,
so
awesome.
Every year it just happens to line up with my son's birthday. So we've been there for his 1st, 2nd, and now 3rd birthdays.
I hope Riptide keeps up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because that pretty much replaced Smash and Splash.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Except for Smash and Splash was in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's even closer to us. It's
exactly.
Literally like a 2-hour and 30-minute drive from here.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, because in terms of traveling, I feel like for a tournament, like 2.5 is like my limit. I'm not like a long distance traveler at all.
Shout out Fort Wayne though. Fort Wayne's been on the move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've somehow managed to have Fort Wayne go out to stuff like frequently over the last 2 years now.
All thanks to the Homie House podcast, right?
Yeah. All donations for the podcast go straight to running these guys out there.
Oh yeah, definitely something like that.
What income?
Well, I mean, while we're on the topic, we're going to shout out the Homie House Podcast Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to start doing some extra episodes with each one of our guests. So, if you want to see the premium content, you're going to have to subscribe. And also, if you don't want to pay the fucking venue fee for Homie House, I got more than one coming this year. Then you can go ahead and sub to the Patreon, and that will get you free venue fee for the tournament. Obviously, we got to have the dollars for the tournament so we can keep Rod's family fed. You know? What else was I going to do on the Patreon? Hold on. She's like, you ain't giving shit, bro. What?
Yeah, we've had a lot of good ideas coming up for the Patreon. So it's going to be a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like if you subscribe to like the highest tier, I'll draw you a personalized picture of your main character and I'll sign it. But if you just want to be a homie, there's like a $1 option too. But I'm gonna be switching it up here soon. We're gonna be making some extra videos, and all support is I very thankful for. It's gonna be going right back into the podcast, and I'm gonna be making some merch and stickers and stuff. And so I would love to be able to get it to all you guys. It's gonna be a good time. I think next year or two will be a good time for the podcast. Good time for Fort Wayne scene.
Yeah.
We got all these people, people that haven't even been to Homie House on the podcast,
Yeah.
Also, we have had a lot of new appearances in our local scene lately.
Oh, yeah.
So, Brando's a really good example of a newer player showed up.
Oh, yeah.
First tournament was the works.
Oh, yeah.
We've also had Shiny, who has been around for a bit now. Been popping up with another player named Shady J, who has been around in our Melee scene for a bit. But there's quite a few other players that have been popping up as well. So.
I mean, Nidus has been here for like a year now. Now he's like a staple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is literally a Fort Wayne classic.
Camboyo, too,
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Cam is awesome.
Very stylish Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite practice partners.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Got to practice for fish,
Yeah. So I can free out again.
Yeah.
And one lasting statement from me. The viewer base needs to know that I deeply hate Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think it's kind of deserved. I get it.
It's
like the one matchup where I'm like, yeah, I can kind of get it. Well, also Ice Climbers.
Yeah.
There's also
I was going to say, what about me, bro?
Yeah. Those two, I'm like, yeah.
Sometimes I'll glance over at you after you did that shit, and I'm like, bro.
Yeah. Marth, I feel like half bad for.
Yeah, Marth definitely deserves it.
Yeah.
See, I just feel that Falcon should have never been programmed in the game to begin with. And I think he is very, very jank.
Wait, are we talking about Puff?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I would agree with that.
And I just want to stress, my viewpoint is entirely biased, and it is entirely due to the matchup. So
that makes sense.
I try so hard, and then I'll build up 70%, and then just I'll be at 30%. Bam, one knee dead.
The thing is that all Falcon's moves separates Ice Climbers.
Yeah.
Every single one, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And Falcon's so fast that it doesn't even matter if I mess up.
Mm-hmm.
And Wobbling's banned, so it just makes my job easier.
I don't really remember having a Falcon problem with wobbling at all, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't really
Do you think
remember.
it should be unbanned?
Definitely.
I agree.
Not.
Oh,
Definitely.
I think it's way more fun now.
Yeah,
Oh.
I agree.
And I think it's funny that I beat people without wobbling now. I'm like,
Okay, yeah, because here's my thing. I could still beat Ice Climbers even with wobbling, but I feel like it has progressed the Ice Climbers meta way more ever since they banned it.
Mm.
And then we had Slug, who's retired now, but he was such a sick freaking Ice Climber.
Oh, yeah. And Moth's got the ability to kill from the center of the stage now, which is normally Slug would just get to this edge of do the handoff. But Moff has figured out a way to like do it from center stage. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is game changing.
Yeah, that is literally potentially meta changing.
Yeah.
Right. But like those two matchups, I'm like, okay, yeah, Falcon kind of like fucks up. But because Marth is like, I love playing against Marth. Even like, not even as Falcon. Like even as like Falco. I just think Marth is a fun character to combo. Because like, here's the thing. Marth treats Falcons, most Marths treat Falcon like he's just like any other fast faller. So they just swing their sword. But they forget how fast Falcon is. So like anytime you just jump in the air, I just air wobble you.
Oh, that reminds me. When we're wrapped up with this,
Yeah.
I have something very nice to show you on that end.
Okay.
But on your end, Fish, do you have any last statements?
Well,
Check out the band.
yeah, check out the band. Check out Sahara. You should check out the short films I've made on YouTube. I think they're pretty cool. And yeah, just thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah, no.
Talk about whatever.
No problem.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about even more shit in the Patreon episode. And I've been thinking about this question for a while now, you know. I've been sitting around not doing anything, holding my newborn lately, and I'm just like, what if... Alright, I gotta set the scene.
Okay.
What if aliens came down? They saw Super Smash Bros. Melee,
Okay.
and they were like, you have 1 year, and we're gonna come back, and we're gonna face you. And you have to have your strongest player in the world. So the entire world practices Melee for 1 year.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the best?
Matt.
The thing is that...
Far.
Yeah, too far. Yeah, he would go far. Because the thing is that I think I would 100% send out Mango.
Mango?
1000%. Because...
For all of humanity.
I thought Mango, even like halfway through your question, I was like, I know the answer. I know what the question is, and I already have my answer. It's gonna be Mango, 100%.
You don't think Armada's gonna fucking do it for the world?
I think Mango, if you put something on the line, he can't make anything work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Make it on
so,
Mother's
and so
Day.
we're all sitting in a giant stadium watching this. Mango fucking side B off stage with Falco.
Oh, shit.
Nah.
Not good.
Hear me out, though. I didn't hesitate with my Matt.
yeah, just that Jafar answer was confident.
Yeah.
All I know is the cum kit. I was gonna get that.
Dude, I've never been in the cum kit. I can say for sure, I've never been in that. And another pod has been wrapped in it.
Not yet. All right.
Yeah.
On that note.
Once again, thank you for coming. It's been a pleasure.
Oh yeah.
Same for me.
Same for me.
Thank you for watching.
Oh yeah. Peace.
Boop.